this is going to be an ice cream made for people who have problems with blood sugar, as most of these recipes are. It's very, very simple. It only has basically 4 ingredients, and you don't have to do any cooking. First, we start with the cream, just heavy cream, 16 ounces. So I use half and half, and you can use milk. Well, actually, you can use anything you want, but basically ice cream is ice cream. And so here are 2 of them. And then for flavor, this is vanilla. I use Trader Joe's organic alcohol-free pure vanilla. And I use a ½ cup of xylitol, which is a sugar substitute. So we've got the cream, we've got the vanilla, and we've got the sweetening. So, the preparation. We start with the cream. By the way, this makes about 1 quart. My ice cream maker, which is a Breville, is wonderful. It's also expensive. It's about $340, I think. But it has the freezer built into it, which means that you don't have to take the freezer bucket out, leave it in the freezer overnight so it gets really cold, as many of them do. Now, there's a Cuisinart that you do that also makes very good ice cream. And there are others like that, where you take the bucket out, you freeze it overnight, and you pour everything into it and put it into the machine, and then it moves from there. So, what we do first is pour in the cream. So we have the 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream, or just heavy cream, in here. And we're going to add 4 tablespoons of the vanilla extract. Well, come up a little short. A few drops isn't going to make any difference. And then we whip this up with the Braun whipper, again, to get the to make it a little lighter, a little bit more volume, and more air bubbles in it. So we've whipped this up, and when we get to this point, I put in a bit more of the half and half, because it's supposed to make 4 cups altogether. Whip it in. And voila, that brings it up to the total amount of 1 quart. Now, next step, putting it in the ice cream maker. So now we are at the point where we're going to pour the mixture in to the ice cream maker, and this is the Breville. It's a big solid thing. It doesn't walk off the table. You just take this thing off, and you don't take this out to do this, but I'll take it out to show you. It's a good tight fit. It's much lighter, and so you just pop this in, push it well down, put in the paddle, make sure it locks in place, and then you just pour and as you can see, it doesn't come all the way up. I don't know if you can see that or not, where you can see it from, but it doesn't. It doesn't come all the way up this center thing here. So, one step I forgot. I always put a couple squirts of stevia, liquid stevia, in, as well as the xylitol. It just adds another type of sweetening and makes a very nice balance. So that's the stevia, and then we add in the xylitol. You don't want to get it all over the place. Then basically, you just put the top on, you turn on the power, and I always have it up to harder, because it never gets that hard. So then you just press the button, and it starts churning, as you can see. So, because it's not that high, we can actually make more than 1 quart. So I just put more half and half in until it comes about 1.5 inches from the top of the center spindle. And then basically I just close it up. It will let me know when it's done. It makes a funny little noise, a little music. So you can go read a book. So basically it's finished. And so, let's see, which way do I go? I go this way. Just turn it. We lift the top off. And I don't know how well you can see it in here, but it looks just beautiful down there. And okay, it's my favorite bit. Oh, it never tastes as good as it does when it comes straight out of the churner. Gotta stop talking and eat. Oh my, that's so good. So good. Okay, so we, with difficulty, lift this thing out. And we will then empty this into a container. This is the messy part of the job. We have to scrape it out of here and into here. They actually provide a little paddle to do it, but I find that this, you can buy these heat-resistant rubbery spatulas in a package, and the small one, I had the bigger one before, now I use the small one, and it really gets in and around very nicely. But it is a bit messy, and this thing is really cold. So we just scrape this stuff out. And here we have our ice cream. Now, this is a little soft because I'm demonstrating. It took a little longer, so some of it even melted back again. But this will go in the freezer and freeze up to whatever hardness you want it to freeze up to. Never hard, but it's a wonderful ice cream. Very simple ingredients, and very simple to make.